The big line in there, by the way, I think as well, is the training one and how you are, what you wear, etc. But also, there's people losing their jobs at this football club.
Yeah. Oh, that was massive.
So there's a standard. So there's a standard. That's what these lot didn't go into, I don't think. Yes, guys, we are here. Rio presents. We are back. I'm here with my main guy, Mr. Joel Beya, on my left, who's in a state of mourning at the moment with his team. Him and his fan base, like going crazy right now. The reverse flip from positivity to negativity. I've never seen anything like it, right? But it was Derby weekend this week. Before we talk about your man,
it was a massive win as well for Manchester United. Like, I think it was huge. Like, I was cheering United this weekend. I was like, United, keep City away from us. But I'll be honest as well. I looked and I thought, doesn't matter whether you played well or not. The result was what mattered.
Just texting Joleon Lescott.
Oh, okay.
You okay, mate?
Yeah.
Them man are getting texts. Oh no, I can't believe it. Shay Given, where's Shay Given? Let's see where he is as well. These guys, like, they've been on my phone quite a lot, happy talking to me. Man. You okay, mate?
You know, whilst you're doing that, I just wanted to let everybody watching know that there is a competition on your website, actually. Yeah. So just before Christmas kicks in, just in time, we've got loads of different things that they could win in there. Signed shirts, everything.
Yeah, loads of signed shirts, some big names, man. So make sure you get on the website, have a look, and put your name in the hat.
And the website is rioferdinandpresents.com. Best of luck. Go enter right now. Don't miss out. Rio!
Where do we start, man? Where do we start?
It's got to be the derby, like
of course
you said,
it's the derby.
First of all...
Yeah, what?
Did Manchester United deserve to win that game?
Of course, man. Listen, let's be honest. Man United got Man City right when you want them. Lacking confidence. I think it's 8 defeats now in 11 games. Yeah. Like on the worst vein of form we've seen.
In 11. Pep.
Yeah. Worst vein of form we've seen since, I don't know, like
main road days.
All them main road days, when they were basic team, like. But it's it's crazy. It's interesting to see how Man City are going to react, because none of their players and their manager, as great as they've been over the last few years, have been here. Relegation battle.
Do you know what's crazy as well? No, do you know what's crazy as well is, like, they're fuming, bruv.
Of course
Did you see Bernardo Silva's post-match interview?
Yeah, I love him because he's really honest.
He's well honest. He goes, my friend, if you're going to be conceding like that, penalty with 3 minutes to go.
Basically, you're saying if them defenders are going to be performing like that, we're never going to get. No, I'm joking. Yeah. But I get it. You get emotional. These men are used to winning. It's like anything in life. If you're used to doing it a certain way and it changes abruptly, you're like in disarray. You're like, whoa, what's going on there? You can't deal with it. And it's like your head loss.
I want to talk about Amad Diallo. Right? Before we talk about him, I just want to ask, what were you like with the boys when you didn't win a league title? So, for example, when you lost the league by like goal difference, or, you know, when you lost that, what was it like? What was that? Or you lost a derby or a game against Liverpool? Explain what that's like in the change room.
Losing a derby is like it's a bad feeling, man. It's one of the worst feelings. And I was at the hands of City when they hammered us 6-1 at our place. Like, there needs to be a bit of pain. There needs to be a bit of hurt. And I hope them City players are feeling that right now, because we've been on the receiving end far too many times in recent years.
Now we're gonna also talk about Ruben Amorim's comments. We're gonna talk about, I like Micah Richards, but those comments with Gary Neville and Roy Keane, my gosh, we're gonna touch on everything. But let's bring it back now to the man himself, Amad Diallo. I mean, my gosh, an amazing goal to win the game as well.
I think more than the goal, I think just I just love the character of this kid. Because listen, he's a young kid. He was brought into the club for a big amount of money, a lot of interest in him. And immediately almost it felt like, not for us, not good enough. And I tweeted something to the other day. I posted it. And people within and outside the club, too small, too lightweight, not dynamic enough, not strong enough, not powerful enough for this league. Don't know what he is. Good footballer, but ain't got it. My man has picked up all them comments, put them inside and said, that's my fuel. That's my diesel. And then gone and trained, gone and worked, went on loan, done well on loan at Sunderland, come back and has said to Erik ten Hag, when he was getting looks earlier in the season, he played well when he was getting, but still was getting taken in and out. And then the new manager's come in, and I would go as far to say he's the first name on the sheet for this new manager. And that is testament to a kid's character, his will to kind of change the tide and swim against the current and say to people, no, you can't leave me out. You can't. I might be small in stature, but I've got the biggest heart. I'm going to run, I'm going to work, and then when I'm going to make decisive, great decisions when I've got it, I'm going to impact the game. And with and without the ball, he's been brilliant. And I think he's a real footballer. I don't think that was ever in doubt of him. I think everyone could see the talent, but they just didn't see the other side with him when you look at him. But the kid has just shown so far that, boy, it's a great example to others. And I think it takes us on to what happened at the weekend with Garnacho and Rashford, two players that can play in his position as well, that are now dropped from the squad for that game. And obviously there was a big reaction to that. And it's understandable, especially with Rashford, because he is the big guy. He is the main player at the club.
He's a star.
He's a star.
Yeah.
He is Man United's version of Saka, what we would be, yeah? Because he comes through the ranks, everybody loves him, and he's the main guy. With that comes more scrutiny, more comments, more pressure, more expectations, because you are that guy for the club. And I keep saying this, and it's such a strong and valid point. That all of what I just said there, that pressure, that extra spotlight, that extra responsibility, that's a privilege, man.
Yeah,
that's a beautiful thing to have on pressure to have on your shoulders. It's how you channel that. Then, do you know what I mean? Do you turn that into being, why am I the target? Why are they all on me? Why is it always my name when something goes wrong? Or are you going, I'll take that, man. Yeah. Because I've worked hard to get here. When you work hard as a young kid, you're working hard to be the main guy. And the problem a lot of kids do is they and their families, they work out to try and be the main guy and work hard, apply themselves, commit, make sacrifices as kids growing up, right? For the good times, for the spotlight, for the goals, for the adulation. No, you got to balance that when you're on your way up with, I'm working to take on that responsibility through the good and the bad times. And I'm going to embrace it and I'm going to attack it head on the same way. And I'm not saying it's easy, because I see Roy Keane talk about it yesterday, and Gary Neville, the likes of Bex, the likes of Wayne Rooney, the Cantonars of this world, just at Man United. The pressure these men were under, and you can say, but they were part of a winning squad.
What about
doesn't
social
matter.
media? Social media is
a problem. It's different, yeah. There are different pressures, yeah. So I understand there are differences, yeah. Mate, go and watch Beckham's documentary, and that'll tell you the difference.
Yeah, club and country.
Mate, it's different. Wayne Rooney, the scrutiny every single time he played. Like, if he argued with a referee, it was everywhere. It was front page news. Yeah. Like, people forget because time's gone on.
And they couldn't even control the narrative either.
No, they didn't have social media to balance it up and go, listen, hold on, that's not right. This ain't right. Whatever. Just
had to take it.
Head down, play.
Rio?
And performance, shut everyone up.
I have to be honest with you. I think when it comes to Marcus Rashford, the jig is up with this new manager. Now, I think in the past, sometimes we feel for him where, the media at times, we know the media could be a bit rough sometimes. Oh, he's bought a new house or he's buying. That's nothing to do with anyone. We're talking about football related only. And I'll be honest with you, for me, I've seen it for too long, and I cut him a bit of grace. It's not like he hasn't played well at all, but it means that there's something that the manager's seen of recent form, whilst it be training or on the pitch, that he doesn't like, and he said, you're not going to be in my team. And he's not cutting corners, Amorim.
Yeah, this manager don't seem to be the type of guy that's going to let stuff slide. Like, he seems to be a very honest but very straightforward guy. And we saw Ten Hag come in and do this early. Made big decisions, went against certain players, obviously Sancho, Cristiano, etc. But I think in time, one of the things that was levelled at him was maybe the consistency with those decisions weren't there across the board with other players.
Agreed.
Well, so the squad then start picking holes in that, and then, okay, you're going to be like that over there with him, but like this with me, I ain't having it. So there becomes a bit of a kind of like separation within the squad because of the way that maybe the manager's handling situations. I'd like to think, and from what I'm seeing so far, time will tell us, this guy seems very direct and straight and very up front. You're not playing, that's it, and that's why.
This is what Amorim said, all right, on Rashford and Garnacho. But for me, it's important. The performance in training, the performance in game, the way you dress, the way you eat, the way you engage with your teammates, the way you push your teammates. Everything is important in our context in the beginning of something when we want to change a lot of things. Now, that's the first part. I want you to talk to us about what you're hearing there.
It's everything around performance, but also when you're at the training ground, I think he's instructed all of his staff to keep their eyes open. How do these players, not just Marcus and Garnacho, how do these players interact with all members of staff? Not just me, because they're going to be fine with me. You can't judge them how they are with him. It's how they are with everyone. He wants a harmonious ambience and environment created, a proper culture of respect, etc. So I want to see, I reckon he's instructed to look out for everything when they do around the training ground. How are they when I'm not in the room? How are they when I'm in the room?
People,
how they greet people?
Staff?
Yeah, everything. I think everything will be considered. And I think this guy seems like a man of detail. And to create a harmonious and winning culture, every stone no stone is left unturned. They got to look at every detail. And he seems like that guy. And I think he's seen or heard a couple of things that he ain't quite happy with, that for him to mention non-related football stuff, they have to be a part of it. So there's something related to football, I think, that's happened. And in the players' eyes, it won't be something big. They've just probably flippantly not said hello to someone maybe, or not been as warm to people, or been a bit flippant with certain things.
But to drop players like that for the derby?
Bro.
For the derby?
No, this is where people, I think 99% of fans will say what you're saying as well. What, for the derby? Just about non-related football stuff, yeah?
Yeah.
But these little details, these little 1%ers add up to building a culture to win. You let these little 1%ers go, the culture to win takes even longer. You probably don't get there. You got to now every single detail. I don't like that, nail it. I don't like that, but nail it. But consistently, again and again and again. Punctuality, respect with teammates, respecting the people around a training ground. I guarantee if you went into the training ground, right, and I've not spoken to the people at the training ground because half of them ain't there no more, right? But if you went there and said to the dinner ladies, do the players interact with you? This might be a societal thing, by the way. This could be just something that's around all clubs. I don't know. But I think that if you went to Man United, because I know the club, and said, are the players as close to you guys, the groundsmen, the good ones as well, the groundsmen, are the players having banter with you lot? Are they as close to you lot as the players was in our generation? I would bet my life that they say no chance. We hardly know them. We hardly speak to them. We're nowhere near them. So there's a difference. And what I mean, right, that energy around a training ground with people that aren't spoke about when you win the league are massively important, because their feelings, their ambience, they're part of your culture. They're involved when you win and lose. So I think there's a big element of something that's gone on in the training ground, and I'm not privy to that information, but for him to mention non-related football as part of his statement as to why some players are not in that squad that week, something's happened around the training ground, off the pitch, that he's seen and gone, that ain't for me. That ain't going to be part of what's going to build us a winning culture.
Now, for those of you guys listening...
And by the way,
go on.
I love it.
Yeah, mate, it's needed.
Forget who the players
in
are.
Society.
The manager, what the manager's doing, if he's starting, that's his way of starting to build a culture. Because one thing it will do, other players will be going, raw, because they'll know what it was. But again, I stress, this has to be done. If it happens again next week, boom. If it happens again a week after, boom.
Yeah.
If it happens again the next week after, slap. That's what has to happen.
The line where he said, the way you push your teammates.
Joel.
That, to me, like, you've told us a million times, you and Wayne Rooney, really good friends on and off the pitch. Sometimes you just scream at him, you push it, he goes back at you. Do you think there's that going on in a positive way? Why did he bring that up specifically?
If I can take you back to midweek in the Europa League game, they won 3-2.
Against that, get a team that they
should. Team, but they won the game. I think the most pleasing thing, I think Amorim was looking and talking about this like a proud dad. And they asked him about the argument between Rasmus Hojlund and Amad at the end. Because Rasmus wanted him to square the ball to get him a hat-trick. And he was loving it, talking about, this is what I want from my players. It shows their heart and emotion, they care. In time, he wants not to have to even deal with all these stupid things that are going on the training ground. You're trying to build a culture where the players run that culture. And I think that's what was our generation. I think even the best teams today, the dressing room runs the culture. The dressing room runs all of these details that we keep hearing about. So the manager then that's one less thing for him to worry about. But he has to start it. He's new here. He has to set the benchmark and the standards and the boundaries. He's in the process of doing that now, and long may it continue. But I think as important is the players. I think the reaction now from Rashford, from Garnacho, that's what I'm really interested to see. Is it roll your sleeves up and say, I'm going to show you, you can't get me out of here? Or is it a sulk?
Yeah.
And is it a why me? Because that will tell us a lot about who these guys are and where they're going to be in time. And another point on that, I think a caveat to that is, those two being left out, and it wasn't talked about, these two could be the two casualties that everyone's been querying. Who are the casualties in the way that this manager is going to play his team?
Because of the formation,
the formation's changed. He doesn't play with out-and-out wingers. These two are out-and-out wingers. He now wants 2 10s to play more narrow and a number 9, behind a number 9. He may have seen and thought, you know what, Garnacho and Marcus can't do that. It could be even that. It might, off the field stuff, it could be, but it could be that, you know what, long term, I just don't see that these two have shown me enough in this short space of time I've been here that they can play the 10 roles.
Rio, Rashford scored. He scored as much as Hojlund has. So, you know.
This guy ain't getting fooled by goals and stats.
Is it just about goals, or is it not?
This guy ain't getting fooled by just stats. He ain't getting fooled by someone who just, because you scored a few goals, do long term you fit what I need?
But if you look at Garnacho as well, yes, sometimes his decision making isn't great. We've all said it, but you guys owe him a bit, man. How many times has he got you out of trouble?
No. Football don't owe no one nothing, bro. Football don't own. Wow. And if anyone plays football thinking, if anyone thinks that they're playing football and they go, you know what, so and so owes me something, bro. I played for 12, 13 years at Man United. I actually thought at one point I was owed something. I didn't get it, and I look back and go, you know what, I weren't owed anything. I was lucky to play there.
What? When you were leaving? And
yeah, when I was told in a way I thought I should have been told. But really, do they own? Am I owed anything? I'm owed respect. Yeah, and that's the thing that was gripe with me. But you ain't owed to be playing and to be given extra contracts or anything like that. You go out there and perform, and it ain't to receive. You don't give to receive as a footballer in that sense. Respect is the only thing that you want, and I think that you should demand. But you need to earn that as well. But I think that. I'm not doubting the talent that Marcus and Garnacho have. They have huge talent. They're in the upper echelons of in football in terms of what talent that they could produce, and they've shown glimpses at their age.
Stop saying could produce, because Rashford is 27 now.
No. I'm not saying about their potential. I'm just saying. Okay. I'm saying like they've shown that they can produce moments of brilliance. All right.
Okay.
So no one's doubting the talent that they have, but it may not be just right for what this manager wants now. That's their problem. That could be their problem. It's not like, and they've not shown enough maybe that they can fit into what and be adaptable to what he wants. This could be the problem. So that's what happens with any new manager coming in. There's always going to be casualties. It's just that right at this moment in time, the two casualties are two people that no one expected when he walked through the door.
I'll tell you what else is interesting. Now we're here dissecting Ruben Amorim's press conferences. There's still a bit more that I want to go through, by the way. He said this, right? When people in our club are losing their jobs, we have to put the standards really high, and for that they have to fight for a place in the team. And today the team proved we can leave anyone out of the squad and manage to win if we play together. Now, he did also say that Johnny Evans didn't play. He mentioned that a few times, by the way. But when you hear when people are losing their jobs, Rio, that's a bit mad.
That's premeditated to me. That's like he knows what him going in there. He knows that line's coming out. This guy, he didn't have social media handles just for his comments in press conferences for nothing. This guy knows how to communicate. One of the reasons he got the job was because he's a great communicator. He's gone in there knowing he's going to set up, because that's a punchy line, that is. Because that line gets him favour again with fans. So anyone who was disgruntled about, oh, Garnacho's my favourite player, or Rashford's my favourite player, then he hears the line about there's people at this club losing their jobs. That fan's favourite shit goes out the window. You know what? I'm a human. I get it's true. So he's talking to the fans. I mean, that press conference is talking to the fans and letting them know that I understand your pain. I understand your feelings at the moment. But at the same time, I'm trying to build a squad that's got to understand that.
So basically, it goes back to what you're saying. It's a privilege.
Yeah, it's a privilege to be a privilege to have that pressure, a privilege to be fighting for a position in this squad. And he wants to see it day in, day out at that training ground. But he said in that as well, by the way, that we've got to look for a different way to kind of basically, without going word for word, but we've got to look for a different way to unlock Rashi. People have tried before. I need to find a way to do it. I'm not going to do it the same. So
I just don't understand.
It's mad comments.
I just don't understand how we could be talking about a 27-year-old like that. Unlocking. You're supposed to be in your prime, bro.
No, but it's because he's got so much talent, bro. Like, no, not everyone can be perfect and just hit a career and go like Rooney or.
I don't think it's the talent's the issue, though, Rio. We all know he's got talent. We've been saying it for years. My issue, and the reason why I'm passionate about it, even as an Arsenal fan, is because, bruv, I've seen the Rashford story come through, man. He scored in the Premier League against my team. I've seen him make his England debut.
What do you mean about saying about unlocking him? You don't understand.
I don't understand how we can be talking about unlocking a player who's been at Manchester United first team for bloody 7, 8, 9 years. Like it should be oozing from you, man. No, by the time you, I know you can't compare these type of players, but by the time you were 8 years in your Man United career, ain't no one talking about unlocking Rio Ferdinand. By the time you got Giggsy, Scholes, all these people that are at the club for a certain amount of time, what do you mean unlocking? No. If we're talking about unlocking a player after that time, it means that you might have to go, bruv. And that's not me trying to target Marcus like individually, but we have to also have a serious talk about this because it's ridiculous.
I'm not saying that.
It's ridiculous.
So you said me. My career at Man United wasn't plain sailing, but there was never an unlocking process. But what I'm saying, not everyone is it plain sailing for though, Joel. We can't all be perfect and we can't all have it our own way. Some players are going to go through moments in their career where there's question marks about them, where they're questioning themselves as well. Then it's about unlocking that. But my biggest gripe with Man United is how long is that unlocking period? Like, is it 2, 3 years? Or is it, you know what, I'll give you 6 months? Because when I was there, it was, if you 6 months to a year, you're out.
There you go. And this is what I'm saying. You lot couldn't unlock Varane. It wasn't a bad player.
Gone.
He was gone.
Top player. And no one doubted his talent. Great talent, but he just weren't working.
Cleberson. The only person that I think kind of got away with it.
You can't put Cleberson and Varane in the same sentence.
No, but I'm saying, talk about they're players that needed to be unlocked, right?
No. Varane needed to be unlocked, and it didn't happen.
I think Anderson got away with it the longest.
Yeah, probably Anderson, but the manager had a soft spot for Anderson like that because it was different. But I just feel that if there's an issue with a player. But I think we've seen this with a lot of players. Harry Maguire's had issues at Man United for a long time.
But was Harry Maguire's issue was it? You was never hearing that he's not training well.
We don't know that. But all I'm saying, is more that the time and the problem is why are we giving players 2, 3 years at the club if it doesn't seem to be working? It's better for them and better for the club to go and move. But the problem is in today's world, even more than ever, is the contracts. The contracts is a sticking point because it's easy for us to sit here on the outside and go, he should be gone, get rid of him. These men are sitting there on big dough, big wages and going, bruv, if you want me to leave, pay me up and then I'll go and get a new contract elsewhere on maybe 2/3 of what I was earning or half of what I was earning, but not until I've been paid up. So it's not as easy as just saying Rashford needs to go because he's just signed a new deal. Everyone's saying he's the highest paid player at the club. He ain't. He's not the highest paid player. He's probably third or fourth, probably. I don't know.
But saying that though, he seems to really like Mason Mount, even though Mason Mount's, not really kicked the ball too much for him. I'll read out what he said. Mount is really important to us. He's the kind of player that I really like. He's the kind of player our team needed because he's talented. He works really hard. He's really humble, so we need him a lot. Now, that really struck me. He's really humble, so we like him a lot.
Let's try and translate what that means, humble. He's really humble. Wants to take in information. Is a sponge. Is there to be taught. Is there to learn. And then wants to go out there and impress and implement for the manager. That's what I interpret that as,
Yeah, or maybe no extracurricular activities in the media as well.
And that as well, good shout, right? But I've listened to countless managers speak about Mason Mount and there's a consistency with, they say what he just said.
Yeah.
They all speak like that. I sat with Frank Lampard over food and a few beers and Frank's telling me that managers want players they can trust. I know what I'm getting from Mason. He might not score me all the goals right now. At Chelsea, he was scored banging in goals and assists all day long, But Man United, he ain't hit the ground yet. But if he's not giving me the goals and assists, right, I know he's going to fucking work. I know he's going to set the tone of the press. I know he knows the positions to take up and the distances. I know he's intelligent enough with and without the ball, right? That's about element of trust in there that I know what I'm getting as a manager. And some managers want that. They'll take that over a flash every now and again and a 4 out of 10 performance 1 week for 2 weeks, and then I get a 9.5 out of 10 1 week, and I don't see that again for 6 weeks.
Is that what you're saying? The contrast is with him and Garnacho at the moment.
No, forget Garnacho and Rashford. Okay. I'm saying Mason Mount. They would want that. That's what a lot of managers want. They don't want 11 of them.
Yeah.
But they want a couple of them in their team where they can go, you know what, I've not even got to think about him. The only thing you're worried about with him at the moment is injuries.
He's a bit of a run merchant for me, if I'm honest.
He's a bit of a what?
A run merchant for me, if I'm honest.
Bro, you need them, bruv. That's how Milner's and them man made careers. Henderson made careers like that, bruv. The way they don't do nothing flash, but they're mans that are in your team to do a certain job. We had Darren Fletcher in our team, bro.
Yeah.
If you put on like, I don't know, skill drills and their best moments in terms of an Instagram special, right? They're real. He's not making the pick.
Fletcher's got a couple.
No, but he's got. I'm talking
the big teams.
No, but Mason Mount scored against the big teams. I'm talking about skills and looking good on the eye.
Yeah,
but the impact these men have, you speak to all their teammates. I want him in my team. Who did I speak to the other day? Who was it?
Jody Morris talks about.
I spoke to someone who he played against Yaya Toure. By the way, we've got him coming on the channel later on this week or next week. He's coming on. Wicked interview, by the way. So much insight from Barcelona days. But he was talking about Barcelona days, Yaya. And he said, without any prodding or anything, about Fletcher missing the final.
Really?
Because he got suspended against you lot.
Because there was that famous quote when Sir Alex said, if Fletcher played in the final, we would have won.
That season, let me tell you, arguably our best player.
Let me tell you, we all thought from a non-United perspective, we thought that's just Fergie.
No, we killed Darren Fletcher. He goes round Fergie to Sunday roast. Yeah, that's what we should say. It's his old man. It's his granddad. He's a long lost soul in the family, Scottish and all that stuff. They wear a kilt together, whatever. Yeah, but bro, Fletcher was a player, man. And like I say, there'll be a lot of fans, especially on opposing sides, who will go, Darren Fletcher, I could do that, I could play that. These Sunday League players who think they could play ball, I could do what he does. No, you couldn't, bruv. Because you're not willing to you're the sacrificial lamb and run further and for your teammates and do stuff that no one sees or appreciates other than your teammates. There ain't many people that do that. And Mason Mount is one of those guys. He may not be the flashy footballer that some people are desperate to see, but you need a player sometimes. The only thing I've got with Mason Mount right now is inability to stay fit. Yeah. And that'll be frustrating him more than anyone.
Before we move on to other business, Hojlund Instagram was really interesting.
Oh my God. Rasmus, calm it down, bruv. We've only just beat City, yeah? We are nowhere near anyone in the league right now. We're looking up. We're not looking anywhere. We're closer to the bottom than we are to the top. Bruv, don't kill it, man. Just enjoy the moment. But don't call these people out, please. Not yet, man.
And the Oscar goes too. But I liked it though, Rio, because that's my criticism from Hojlund, if I'm to be honest with you. It's not the goals. It's not staying fit. I think for me, I've always thought he just needed to be a little bit more aggressive. So to see him and Amad going back and forth, to see those Instagram posts, that's what you want, bruv. That's what you would have seen from Ruud. If Ruud had IG today, he would have done that.
Yeah. You want him to be a bit petty. You want him to be, he got a bit of needle about him. To be prickly. Man. I want him to be roughing up centre-backs, getting in their faces like he did with Carl Walker. I mean, we've had him on the show, but bro, we need to talk, bruv. Because that weren't it. That wasn't it, bruv. You know it. I think Carl Walker's going to make an apology at some point. Not right now because there's bigger things to do with the club and everything. But in time, he'll come on the pod one day and go, you know what, it weren't a good one. I won't be watching that again. Yeah. You know when you watch your YouTube clips back here, like we all do, he ain't watching that. Yeah, that ain't part of his YouTube clips.
Right. And it's funny though, because I saw Micah Richards trying to defend him like recently as well, and not defend him. He just didn't say anything.
Weren't you happy with Micah this weekend? Because you mentioned him twice now.
Man, I love Micah in general. Like he's one of the best online. Like I watch everything he does and stuff. But that argument he put up against Gary Neville was weak, bruv. Like it was so weak. It was like first day of gym week. Like when he was like, it was.
Flipping
I was just thinking, bruv. Like Gary Neville was spot on. I don't want to keep going back to the Garnacho and Rashford stuff, but you know, Gary was talking about how, you know, Giggs and Beckham, they work hard, etc. And he was really questioning Rashford. And then Micah comes in and he's just like, oh yeah, but you know, it seems like he's always the scapegoat. Look, there have been times where he has been, but let's not act as if sometimes on the pitch, by the way, some things haven't been, you know, deservedly so.
Like we talked about before, when you're the homegrown talent, you're on a big contract and you've been like put as the star boy of the team, right?
Yeah.
That comes with the territory. That's part of it. It's life now. So if things are going great, you're going to get the loudest cheer and they're going to scream your name the loudest and you're going to love it. And if things are going bad, you're going to be the one they aim at first before anybody, and it's going to be loudest at you. So it's part of what comes with the territory, man. And you've just got to embrace it. Put on your battle clothes, put on your camouflages and say, right, we're in the rough now. We have to go through it. And I'm going to bring these boys with me. That's how you've got to be, man. And I think that, but again, are we in a society and an era where not everyone can be like that? So we've got to be a bit more.
Nah.
But no, I'm not saying that's what I think.
Yeah,
but I'm saying
I think,
are we in an era where not everyone can be that guy that can go, right, I'm going to be battle hard and let's go.
I praise Micah for 95% of what he does. I absolutely love him, especially in the media world. He's an inspiration there. But that one right there, bruv, no, not after a derby game. And
I'll ring Mike and tell him you're telling me.
Tell him I'm just, whether he'll care or not is one thing.
I don't think he'll care.
Tell him. But all right, look, I know
Joleon's just texted me back. Let's see what he said. Voice note. Did you hear that? Wait.
Put it on loud.
All I said to Joleon, I text Joleon just as we come on. Are you okay? He just texts back this.
Put it onto the mic.
You Dave. You full of shit, mate. And from you. One derby with that's it. Come back to woodworks. Waste, man.
Joleon, all I said was, are you okay, bruv? I don't need that kind of hate coming back at me. That's a friend's asking, how are you doing? What's your whereabouts and stuff? Relax, man. Called me a div. Out of order.
That is hilarious.
But that's what happens when you win a derby, man.
Yeah, I know.
All results, all the way you are in the league goes out the window.
Hey. He's still 13th, though.
No, but this is disguising that fact for 1 week. Please,
right,
let us have that moment.
You were 12th for like an hour.
A moment.
Yeah, but you're back to 13th. Anyway,
I agree.
Look, we're just going to rattle through this bit really quickly, right? Arsenal failed to beat Everton at home in a 0-0 draw where, my goodness, the fans were frustrated. And it felt like we just missed another opportunity because Liverpool failed to beat Fulham, where it was 2-2. Obviously, they went 10-man down as well. But we'll bring it back to Arsenal. It just felt like an opportunity, man, that just went missing. If we had beat Everton and Fulham, we would only be 2 points behind Liverpool.
What are you thinking? What are you feeling? Because I've seen a couple of troops has been on, bro.
He's on smoke,
bro. Your fan base. Does it ever embarrass you when you see certain man online with your fan base? Tell the truth. Be honest. Does it ever embarrass you?
Do you know what?
If man like Troops and Robbie and some of these guys that I see,
you and Robbie every week.
Yeah, no, but if these guys, the way that you guys who's the other guy? There's a white guy with a bald head. He was wearing a hat.
That's my guy.
He said if I had a gun, I'd have shot him. What type of talk is this?
Lee Judges.
It's too much, man. Like, come on, man. You don't want to stand and have pictures with these guys, and yet you want to just kill them and dress them down and take them down in public like this. It's just wild, and it's so up and down. We're emotional as fans, but some of the comments I see, bro, like, it's mad, like, and the way they just switch on people, and I'm like,
yeah, no, Troops is the worst. Well, Troops, a new manager come in, one loss, and he's like, I don't want him out.
Yeah, it's nuts.
He hates it. And on top of that, he brought him with the kids to the game. If you see his caption, I
saw he brought his two boys.
His two boys, and then even he was like, at least we had a good Father Sunday, and then he just cusses someone out quickly.
Hey, so he's saying like the manager. And I hear enough of your fans saying like the manager this, manager that. The manager's taken you lot from the doldrums, from down below this table, right? Where Man United are now, and probably lower.
Nah, we're not as bad as you
were lower.
No,
right,
we were.
You were the laughing stock.
No. We were never 13th. We were never chilling in 13th.
He was a dead team. Let's have it right. Yeah?
No
and then
way.
All of a sudden now, he's got you lot up competing for Champions League positions, right? And you lot are moaning like you've got some entitled bunch that you should be actually getting your hands on trophies every year.
Rio,
It does not make sense.
We can say the same thing because you guys have won FA Cups and stuff like that.
We've won 21, I think, or 20 leagues titles.
You're still
we were accustomed to it. That's the difference. You lot are not accustomed to being serial winners on a regular basis through different decades.
But you say that, but in the Premier League era, right, we were one of those teams.
You were your teams that competed.
No, we won 3. Come on, man. You got to give us something.
Ryan Giggs won 13, bruv. Let's leave it there. One of our players won 13, another won 12, another won 10.
No, he was there before.
I won 6.
He was there before Arsene Wenger, though. But what I'm saying is, you need to understand.
I've won more Premier Leagues than Arsenal, bro. That's mad, isn't it? When you say it like that, I'm not even a gloater. I'm not even a big head like that. But I've won more Premier Leagues than Arsenal.
Was
so
it 6?
Any Arsenal man chat to me, that's all I'm going to say now.
Amount of Arsenal fans that come up to me and they go, "Oh, that Rio, you know how much Rio." I get a lot. Like people, Arsenal fans are not happy with you.
Yeah, the only reason why is because of the Saka stuff.
Really?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, nah, you're a troll. You're a troll. You are.
No, I'm not, bro.
You are. But look,
I'm just stating facts. I've won 6. You've won 3 as a club. Is it free?
Can we leave that?
Is it free?
In Wenger's area, in the Premier League area, yeah. Anyway. And do you know what happens as well, yeah?
Why you keep me going? I'm done.
Because you don't understand. When you go hard like that, yeah, people get onto me.
I'm not going hard.
They go
I've not even started, bro.
You've just said you won 6. Bro, we won 3.
I've not gone hard. I've just stated the mere fact of the matter is that I've won 6 Premier League titles.
Anyway.
And Arsenal Football Club have won 3.
All right.
That's all I'm saying, bruv. I ain't gone hard. I'm not digging for anything. That's there in Wiki. Go on, Wiki. That's on Wiki, bruv. What are we saying here? I ain't digging.
Anyway, listen, as you probably saw, we're not happy with that draw against Everton. I mean, Sean Dyche came and did Sean Dyche things, and he got the results.
You're still in the running though, bro.
No, we are. There's 5.5 months left of football, and we could win the Champions League as well. I know what the comments are saying. Oh, here we go again. But anything can happen.
It's hard, boy. It's hard for you, lot. It's hard.
We'll see. But anyway, Mikel said he was upset. He was disappointed with the performance. And the Arsenal fan base, a lot of them are upset because clearly we're missing a number 9. Is that evident for you to see outside of our fan base?
Yeah, but
because Havertz has done well, and Havertz is your guy. He's also coming on the show soon as well, by the way.
No, you ain't having a number 9 that's coming on and impacting games. I don't even think you've got to buy an Osimhen. Although I would buy Osimhen, but I'm saying you haven't even got to buy the best out there who's available. You've got to buy someone who can come in and impact games. To be fair to him, Jesus, he comes out, he may not score, but he does produce moments where the assist for Saka the other day. Right, but he's not the number 9 who's going to come on and you go, right, he's going to get me, he's Chicharito. He's not the number. That's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
But I think that's what the fan base is saying.
And they want but he does other things. But that's not what you might. You don't. I don't think that you need that. I've actually said this to Jesus. If you play within the box, you're a nightmare. I speak to so many centre backs who are pundits now, and they go, "I wouldn't want to play against Jesus.
He's a problem. He does a lot. He works hard all the time.
But I think he spends too much energy working outside of where you earn your crust.
Yeah.
Arsenal need a problem solved, and that is normally when he comes on the pitch is to get a goal. Stay within the 18-yard box. Do not move outside it, and you'll get you goals.
You're talking about Inter Milan. When we lost against them, and we were spraying balls in the box. We had I can't remember what it was, 16 or something. Yeah,
most crosses for years.
There was no one there. Because obviously, if Havertz don't get it, you're going, where's it landed?
But I just feel you guys need, and like I said, I don't think you need to go for the best and the biggest out there. Go and find someone who just knows their way around.
Who would you target if you look at obviously we want Isak. You mentioned João Pedro, Cunha. He's more of a 10, but I would take him anyway. Anyone else?
I don't even think it needs to be the biggest and the best. Like I said, I just think it's...
And Buemos are out there. He was causing a massive problem against Chelsea yesterday.
I think you need a fox in the box. You've got all the pieces that surround the box. Saka, Odegaard, that combo over there.
Yeah.
Martinelli's doing his thing with Alessandro Trossard. Havertz. These guys are the peripheral out in and around the box, and they're going to have their moments to score, yeah? But who's your killer? There's always there that come rain or shine, the ball comes in the box, he's anticipating, he's smelling it, he's seeing it. Like I said, a Chicharito now for you lot is gold dust. And he cost us 12.5, 30 million. Probably today's game is going to cost you 30 mil, which is still a snip in today's market.
Yeah. We need to do something. Anyway, before I wrap it up, I just want to say, I want to ask you, can Chelsea win the league?
Yes. This season more than ever, because I don't think there's a team right now who's ultimately consistent, like the way we've seen Arsenal, to be fair, and Liverpool previously chase Manchester City and make it that consistent bang out 25 unbeaten games. There ain't going to be a team that does that this year, I don't think, because we've seen everyone's dropping points left, right and centre. So that enables Chelsea to, I think, be close, because they're not going to bang out 25 unbeaten, but they're going to win more than they lose. They're going to be up there. I think they're going to contend. They've got a squad. The depth is serious.
It's getting better, isn't it? You can see the players improving.
And this manager is not just a manager, he's a coach.
Yeah, he's good.
And this team are looking... They're like coachable team and coachable individuals that want to get better. I'm judging it based on just Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho's whole body language and demeanour is nothing like we've seen since he first came from Dortmund. We're seeing the Dortmund body language, chest up, come to defender, come.
Yeah.
Like, we ain't seen that Jadon.
It's true.
And that, I'm just looking at what that little thing there is telling me there's something going on right in that change room. He's happy with the team, his teammates, the camaraderie in there, the ambience, and then the manager.
He's tracking back as well, by the way, doing the dirty stuff.
He ain't the finished article now. Like he still ain't doing what I saw at Dortmund, but he's doing a hell of a lot better than what he was doing at Man United, and I'm happy about that.
Agreed. And you know what? He look. Maresca criticised Madueke last week. You know, he's back in yesterday. You know, had a good game. Like, you can see the boys are really working hard. Nicholas Jackson, who I have to put my hands up. Like, I wasn't always sure about him. Remember, me and you were arguing. I was telling you he's a left winger, and you're like, no, he's not. I was like, yes, he is.
I'd love to get that clip up.
But well, at least I'm honest about it.
Get that clip up, please.
You know, at least I'm honest.
Good. It's nice that you're honest. But again, like, I think you see certain traits in football players. I think I saw Wrighty talk about him last season as well, said about him as a striker, you can see the potential. I think you see things in players that you go, that's not form related. Like, form can take you and can skew with some of how you feel about a player. But if I'm seeing certain things that are continually happening, he might not be getting it right now, but he's in the right place at the right time, just not executing maybe, or the ball, he's in the right place at the right time, the ball's not landing there when it should, or etc. This guy, as I said, he's not the cleanest of finishers yet, but my man is always there. Man.
But anyway, Rio, thank you very much for keeping the topic on Arsenal short. I got things to do, and well done for winning the derby and Man United helping Arsenal.
Just to start.
You know, but yes, everybody, please keep on watching the channel. There's some good stuff happening, man. Big guests the whole season. Rio meets, like, you've had Lewandowski, Van Dijk, Jorginho, Cristiano, David Beckham, and I know I'm missing a few. You got Yaya Toure.
Loads coming. Yeah, we've got loads coming.
It's crazy.
Serious.
You know, please keep on watching on audio, video, share the clips all over socials, man. We are everywhere. Keep on watching. Joel Beya, Rio Ferdinand, signing out. Peace.
Thank you guys for listening to this episode of Rio Presents. Hope you've enjoyed the show. We'll be here every Monday throughout the season, so tell your mates and all get involved, man. If you've got a point you think we should be discussing or want to put us on the spot with a question you want answering, get in touch using the fans first at rioferdinandpresents.com email address, or use #RFP on social. Make sure you leave us a review and follow this Rio Ferdinand Presents feed, and you'll never miss an episode. See ya on the next one.